Hello everybody from Medellín, Colombia. So, for the past 23 years, I've been splitting my life between the United States and Medellín, Colombia. And over time, I realized something important. Where you live can completely change your stress levels, your mindset, your productivity, your health, and your overall quality of life. Now, I've been in New York City area, Southern Connecticut for many years growing up. I met my ex-wife in Charlotte, North Carolina, and married in Cucuta, Colombia, 23 years ago, but currently divorced. So many people assume living in between two countries is all about travel or lifestyle, but for me, it's become something much more deeper than that. I first started coming to Colombia over 2 decades ago because I was married to a Colombian woman, and we're together many years, raised 2 kids. My son is now 21, my daughter is 17. So even after divorce, Colombia is still a huge part of my life. I've built relationships here, I've built businesses here, routines, and honestly, a second version of life here. So over the years, I spent a lot of time with my ex-wife's family, traveling around Colombia. She has something like 120 first cousins, 130 first cousins. I swear my wedding was about 300 people, and maybe of that all family, maybe 2 neighbors. So huge family. So experiencing the culture here has been amazing. Eating in restaurants all over the country, learning how different life feels compared to the life I had in the United States. So, like I said, after all these years, I don't really think of Colombia as just as a place I visit anymore. It feels like a part of who I am. So one thing I've noticed is how different the energy feels here in Medellin and than in the United States. So in the U.S., especially places like Charlotte, New York, feels structured, efficient, fast-moving. We're all busy all the time, scheduled, everything's optimized, and there's different value in that. There's definitely value in that. But Medellin just feels different. Colombia as a whole feels different. People spend more time talking, walking, sitting at cafes, enjoying meals, just being present. So there's a slower rhythm to life here that changed my perspective over time. And honestly, I think that balance helped me become more productive, not less productive. So that might sound strange, but I've realized productivity is not just about working harder. It's also about reducing unnecessary stress, creating an environment where you actually think more clearly. So these days, I'm also very interested in technology, AI tools, productivity systems, building a more intentional lifestyle. So not in a fake, hustle culture kind of way, more in a practical way. So how do you create a better life? How do you stay focused? How do you stay healthy? How do you stay disciplined, consistent? For me, the biggest anchors in my life have been fitness. I lift weights almost every day, whether I'm in Medellin or United States or wherever. I don't care where I go. I'm gonna find a gym, and I'm gonna feel better every morning. And one thing fitness has taught me is that discipline travels with you. Your environment changes, your countries might change, people change, life changes, but your habits and your routines become your foundation. So that consistency has helped me through business, relationships, travel, stress, and major life transitions. And boy, I've had a lot of major life transitions, and I've had my share of stress. So I've seen all sides to things. So the amazing parts, the difficult parts, the reality behind the stereotypes, and that's part of what I want this channel to be about. Not fake luxury, not pretending life is perfect. I'll give you lots of great examples how I've struggled, and how I've come 180 full turnaround in my life. So just honest conversations about productivity, fitness. We'll get into AI tools, international living, business, discipline, and building a meaningful life between worlds. So I'll probably talk a lot about Medellin, Colombia, Cucuta, Colombia. I also have family in India. Been to Delhi many a times. I've traveled through India, so you can use me as a resource for some European countries as well. England, France, Italy, that sort of thing. So I'll probably talk a lot more about Medellín, Colombia, since this is the majority of my time. United States, obviously, routines, mindset, health, modern tools that make life easier, more efficient, that sort of thing. So this is my first YouTube video, so I'm figuring this out as I go. But after 23 years of living between two worlds, I finally decided it was time to start sharing some of the lessons and experiences I've picked up along the way. So if any of those topics interest you, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you very much.